Since the start of the season, Nikola Jokic, aka the Serbian savant, has been putting up amazing numbers and has been must-see TV. For some of us, we already know how great he is and why he should be considered the MVP for this 2024 season, but some people actually feel differently and that his game is overhyped. When you look at the numbers Jokic is putting up this season, he's averaging a near triple-double with 26 points, converting 58% of his shots while adding in 12 rebounds and 9 assists. The base stats and even the advanced stats alone are great, but where you can truly see Jokic's greatness on display is when he steps on that hardwood. To be honest, it's pick your poison when it comes to Jokic dissecting your defense. This area right here is what I like to call Jokic's work desk, because if you allow him to work with space and time, then he'll be able to complete the assignment when it's given to him. He's extremely well at connecting with his guys on the court to put points on the board, but when it comes to Jokic, it's not just normal finds within the flow of the offense, as he's a master chemist in the lab. On this play here, Jalen Brunson is going to stop in the middle for help, so now with Hart approaching for the double, Jokic can throw what looks like a curveball down to Aaron Gordon, who now has the smaller Brunson on him for an easy 2 points inside. If you're not careful, you'll be surprised by one of his passes, and for the Joker, manipulating the defense is something he can do in his sleep. If you watch close on this play, Jokic is going to look at Holiday and even make a face at him to bait the defense, and with this making LeVert step that way briefly while Watson cuts to the rim, it's an easy no-look dime down the middle for the slam. This genius IQ of his to break the defense apart goes into his scoring as well, because there are times where Jokic needs to take over a game, and trust me, the tools in his bag are endless. Let's kick it off with the tallest and scariest shot blocker in the NBA right now guarding Jokic, as first Nikola gets into Wemby's body to get closer to the rim, and then he spins back towards the middle of the floor using this soft touch hook flow over the top for the bucket. Some of you probably aren't amused by that as much. Well, how about this drive where Jokic half spins for the shake and bake and then feeds the pump fake to get the defender in the air so he can now step through freely the other way for the floater. It's truly a lot of ways that Jokic can affect the game. It breaks down from his passing to his scoring inside and then his ability to make jumpers as well. I mean, you tell me, what aspect of his game impresses you the most? You really can't go wrong with any, as he is special in so many ways. As the defense, you need to be on your P's and Q's at all times, because once you allow Jokic to get his game going, well, it's pretty much a done deal. And trust me, I'm being serious. At all times, the defense needs to be alert, because when 94 feet away, Jokic can still be a problem. When he gains control of the ball and is able to scan the floor, he can make a quick decision to launch the pass to a teammate leaking out, and when you leave a 40% shooter with some space, they're gonna make you pay. The guys around Jokic benefit off him so much in these situations because these are some of the easiest looks they will get, and hey, if you're in PJ, any shot is open to him, so these passes just grant him a quicker opportunity to let the three fly. Having a quarterback like Jokic does wonders for everyone simply because he can put it right on the money for them, but also it's the fact that he can lead the offense down the floor when they get in transition. Like, take this play for an example. With Jokic having MPJ on the outside running and Brown on the backside, this simple look to MPJ makes the defense forget about Brown, and it makes for an easy layup off the bounce. You can't allow guys to leak out and get behind you for even the slightest moment, because when Jokic has guys running with him, he can lead them with a soft pass over the top so they can go score. As you can see, Jokic has a ton of value in the open floor, but where his game truly blossoms and takes his team to the next level is with his half-court facilitating. When you're dealing with Jokic, you have a couple ways you can use him within the offense. You can let the offense flow through him and his creative mind will do the rest, or you can draw up plays, and with his brilliant IQ, he will make the correct read within the action. When you play with guys that can scan the defense in a millisecond and find you on the court, it's very important that you just get open, because Jokic will make sure to get it to you. When KCP attempts to get the handoff from Jokic here, he's being overplayed, so with him face cutting towards the rim, Jokic just goes behind the back to avoid any traffic on the pass, and it leads to a KCP rim grazer. You don't want to overplay guys, because when the floor is spaced out, if you get beat towards the paint, then you'll have no one to help you once Jokic sends the pass. And if I'm being honest, you really don't want to overplay anyone, because even when you overplay Jokic, well, once you get out of position, he can turn right towards that rim with a clear path and go score the ball. So yeah, that's really not the best idea, but neither is getting caught ball watching, because that's when Jokic will catch the defense off guard. With 4 Atlanta defenders' eyes locked in on Jokic when he catches, all it takes for him to throw it over the top for a Gordon dunk. When he takes it at Valanciunas here, Brandon Ingram is locked in on the ball waiting to help, but with him not realizing that Brown is cutting behind him, when Jokic looks over to the corner, it fakes Ingram out, and now this pass to Brown down low is rookie difficulty. Some of these plays might happen so fast that the little things can be tough to catch, But if you watch closely here, when OG turns his head away from Murray to watch Jokic, Murray goes right past him to the rack to receive the pass for the gimme. When you take that ball watching and then pair it with his gravity, it gets even scarier because guys will not have to rotate when defenders are pulled towards Jokic, and this makes for easy seams to exploit the defense. On this play versus the Suns, Jokic commands the attention of 3 Phoenix defenders, leaving Gordon to cover 3 on the opposite side, so now when Holiday breaks towards the rim, it's a simple dump down low. Throwing doubles at Jokic might just be one of the worst things you can do. Like, I get it, you don't want him to get hot and start working your defense with his amazing footwork, but when you send 2 guys his way, it just gives him multiple options to work with and he'll set up his teammates elegantly. There's not many times where you will catch Jokic off guard because with his feel and quick reaction timing, when the help side defender rushes him off the catch, Jokic can turn around quick and find MPJ on the cut. You can try your best to be sneaky and double him once he can't see you, but the thing is, he's great at realizing that there's a man open, so it's an easy behind the back pass to Gordon for 2 points. In my humble opinion, I think teams should focus more on playing him straight up, with 2 big men collapsing on him if and when he catches deep in the post, because if you just mindlessly send a guy to rush him, then yeah, it does force him to make quicker decisions, but now you're leaving 2 guys open when your defense rotates, and when it ends up in MPJ's hands, you already know it's cash. When it comes time for the playoffs, these finds will be key because while teams will scheme heavily against him, Jokic will then be able to make his teammates shine. With his 9 assists thrown per game, this ranks Jokic at number 4 in the league, and although there's tons of ways he can find his guys on the court, it's only right if you have one favorite. If you ask me, when you involve Jokic in these pick and rolls and he's able to make an immediate decision, that's what gets me off my seat the most. It's not that they're super flashy passes or anything, it's just that it brings back that team ball connectivity type basketball playstyle that looks so smooth. Take this play here for an example. When Jokic gets the ball from Murray, he immediately looks to the corner to freeze Miles Bridges for a split second so Gordon can receive and score the ball unbothered. It's pretty much another work desk for him like I talked about earlier, because when Jokic catches in the middle of the floor with no one surrounding him, it's now all about eyeing the open man in the offense and putting it on the platter for them to go E. Think about it like this, it's like a computer setup with many cords, because the ball just goes from one source to the connector, from the connector to the outlet, and then the outlet jumpstarts the power. Speaking of computers, that's like the perfect way to describe Nikola Jokic. He has this highly powered computer software in his brain that lets him detect threats around him. He knows how to update his teammates so they play better, and he understands how to maintain storage so he never gets too full. Some of you may have gotten lost with that analogy, so let me break it all down for you. When Jokic catches on the block, he senses that the threat in Niang is on the backside, so he goes towards the middle of the paint, but knowing the primary threat in Jared Allen is recovering, he spins away so he doesn't get any viruses and lays it home. Now these examples just don't go for his scoring, so let me flip it the other way as well. When he starts to go towards the rack, 2 defenders close in on him to force him into a bad situation, but for Jokic, no malware on his computer is too hard to remove, and he finds Brown cutting right down the middle. So we've seen how he can beat viruses on his computer, but how exactly does he update his teammates to make them play better? Well, if you watch right here, with AG curling around him, since he's such a lob threat with Jokic's passing, the help defense is going to shift all the way over, so now this pass to Reggie Jackson is wide open for the 3. The whole point of an update is to make things on the computer run smooth and more efficient, so when you see Jokic tap it to a teammate, get it back, and then immediately lob it over the top to Gordon, it shows you just how smooth this offense can run with him as the operator. Now these updates and virus beating strategies are good, but it could all only work if Jokic manages his storage the right way. When I say manage his storage, I'm referring to his energy on the court. When you watch Nikola break down the defense, you don't tend to see all these fancy moves and all that exhaust his energy, so therefore he can be more effective throughout the game. It's quite simple, but instead of using a lot of dribble moves or banging bodies, Jokic can use that immaculate footwork to work around the defense for the step through float. And then with his patient playstyle, he can stop on a dime after spinning off Mobley to let him get on that trampoline and then lay it right in. Just trust me, stay on your P's and Q's or else you will be fooled, as on any given night, Nikola Jokic will take you to school.